So as I sit out here on what's probably going to be my last outing of the year, dealing with the lighter end of the gales of November, I'm just sitting here thinking, I've been doing a lot of pondering lately for some crazy reason. And thanks to some beavers in my backyard here over the past couple weeks, I got to deal with the federal trapper because apparently they don't like us taking care of business on our own in the city limits. But the other morning he was checking his traps and we were visiting a little bit. I said, "Man, you must have the greatest job ever." And he looks at me and he goes, "Really?" Because I was thinking pretty much the same thing about you. And we kind of had a good laugh about how if people only knew. You know, he was talking about trapping in the city and people bothering him because he's always got a, you know, he's in public places hurting the little animals. Well, the little animals are wrecking people's property and have to be dealt with. And in my case, I hear it all the time, and you know what, I do have the greatest job in the world. I mean, I get to fish with friends every day. Granted, I don't know them when they get here half the time, but they're friends by the time they leave usually. But it got me thinking, and I've said this to people in private before, but you know, I have the greatest job in the world. I'm a fishing guide. I get to fish every day. But there's things about that job that are not really what you want them to be. Or there are things that people don't expect when they think that it's the greatest job in the world. The first one I always say is, nobody plans for all the extra that goes into successful guiding. The extra meaning washing the boat after a hard day out in the water, getting everything prepared and fixed and ready to go for the next day. The getting up early, getting everything packed up, ready to go, finding bait, making sure everything's in order before you even see your customers. Because that's the things that good guide services do. They have everything cleaned up, prepped, and ready to go. All the guests have to do is sit back, relax, and catch fish. Then you finally do get a day off. You spend the whole darn day, okay, not the whole day, but you spend a lot of your time preparing. Again, fix things you broke that could wait, make some adjustments to your boat, tie snells, get your gear ready to go, change lines, change reels, run to the shop with things that you broke and need fixed, usually some reels need tweaking here and there, replace rods, you know, all that other stuff that nobody really thinks about. And there's a lot more time involved in the guiding business than most people give it credit for. But you know what? Even after all that, it's still a pretty darn